Hi everyone, welcome to 40 Plus Moms Movement. I'm Louise, and I have something else I wanted to talk about today. Now, of course, this is about being a mom that's embraced motherhood and later on. But I wanted to talk about something else that, I kind of think about a lot. And I don't know if you all think about this a lot, but I do. And so it's going to sound kind of interesting and weird at the same time from what I want to say, but I love my daughter. Of course, as a brand new mom that has embraced motherhood in my 40s, but sometimes I get a little sorrowful. At times I do. And I know you all are saying, well, wait a minute, you just did a video talking, showing how she's a blessing, and you're saying that you love being a mom, but now you're turning around saying that you feel sorrowful or saddened. So I'm going to explain what it is that I'm talking about, because I don't want you all to be confused, because don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Being a mother is an amazing experience for me. Something I've always dreamed of all my life, and I'm glad that the opportunity is here. But also, I just want to talk about something that saddens my heart now that I'm a mom. And it has nothing, of course, to do with my daughter at all. It has nothing to do with Lily. She is an amazing little girl. I love her little personality that's peeking through. So it's not even about her. It's just something that I deal with at times. And it comes and goes, but not all the time, like the sorrow part. And I'm going to explain to you why. As you all know, that, of course, I'm a mom in my 40s, but I am the oldest of 6 kids. Well, there were 6 kids, but now there's 4 of us left. Two of my siblings have passed on. And so now there's 2 and 2. My parents had 6 beautiful kids, 3 girls, 3 boys, and this is how I became the second oldest. But so now by me saying I'm the oldest, of course, that means that my sister has passed on. And so the one thing that sorrows me or saddens my heart that I think about a lot, and I know that when you have kids later on in life, of course, death can find anybody at any time, at any point of your life. But I want to talk a little bit about my sister, the one that's passed on. Her name was Katrina, and she passed away in 2006. And when I tell you all that me and my sister were so close, I mean, we were 3 years apart. She had, of course, the first 2 awesome children that we made my parents grandparents. And so I've always been a part of her life, and of course she's been a part of mine, not just because we were sisters, but I believe that even if you are a sibling or sister or brother, sometimes some siblings don't connect. Sometimes we might have disagreements. You've seen people become estranged and distance themselves because everybody's family does not have function or flow like they should, because of disagreements. You allow things to come between your relationship as siblings. But I can honestly say that there are 4 of us left, and we're still pretty close. We have our own little lives, but I'm an older parent, so they've had their kids. Their kids are pretty much growing up they're at a different point in their life. My younger sister's married. My brother, his boys are now 20 going on 21. My sister, who has 5 kids, her oldest is about to be 20. So you can see that for me now to be bringing a brand new baby into the whole family, everybody has their own lifestyles. They're doing this and they're doing that, and I applaud it, because I believe you should. But the thing that I think about a lot is that I have a sister. My sister Katrina passed away in 2006, and my brother Andre, he passed away in 2011. So the one thing that saddens my heart about this whole becoming a mom later on is that my siblings will never get a chance to meet my daughter. The interesting thing about my family is that all of the grandkids, now I said we have a host of nephews, and I only have 4 nieces. So I had 11 nephews, lost 1 nephew in 2016. My family has been hit so many times with tragedy. But that was my sister who passed away in 2006. Her son passed away in 2016. So, so anyway, had things happen in our life that has made me reflect on the blessing of my daughter, but also just have the sorrow that my sister who's gone and my brother who's gone, and even my nephew who was the oldest of the cousins, her cousin, he's gone. So it's just like these things sometimes come to me and, come and go, and they kind of impact me because that's my family. My daughter, who is an amazing little girl, will never get to meet her awesome aunt, uncle, and her oldest cousin. But the thing that really, really sticks out to me is that the relationship that me and my sister had, we were very, very close. I mean, we were like night and day. I mean, we lived together. When she had her kids, we lived together. So I was kind of helping raise her children. I used to also, we used to go to the store and I would tell her kids, look, I'm mommy. I'm mommy. And my sister would be like, girl, and I'd be like, no, I'm mommy. Y'all call me mommy. And they used to crack up. And so, I was there with her. I was making birthday cakes for the kids, was celebrating for the kids, making sure the kids, just had just an awesome, awesome childhood. And I was a part of her and she was a part of me. And my sister was one of my greatest supporters in my life. As a teacher, I told you, I mentioned early in one of the other videos that I was the educator, and I said you never get away from teaching, because here I am again, another platform that's not really teaching, but it's allowing me to talk about things that are dear to my heart. It's something I've never done before. But my sister, she was a big supporter to me. She would always be at my functions at my school. She was just always part of my life. We were like, when you seen one, you seen the other. You would see me, her, and the kids. This is just how we were. We had our disagreements, of course, but it never came between the closeness that we had. And so the one thing that she said to me that I always think about is how she always wanted me to have kids. And I think she wanted me to have kids because she had her kids when she was younger, in her 20s. And so I was always around them and playing with them, but I never had kids to add to, just the fun of her kids. So now that I'm older and I finally have my daughter, and my sister always wanted a girl, y'all. She always wanted a girl. I think she secretly had the name picked out. She was always grateful for her boys because she just looked like boys just belonged to her. I couldn't even really see her with a girl because I always seen her with her boys. But so just the thought of her not being able to meet my daughter, when she made that statement where she always wanted me to have kids, not being able to have her meet them, that saddens me. I look at Lily and I just see the wonderful things she does, and I'm like, wow, my sister's missing out on this. And she didn't meet a lot of her nieces and nephews. Well, she didn't meet any of them except maybe a couple, because when my sister had her second son, my sister pretty much passed away. He was still a baby. So she's been gone. There's so many who have come after that. And so my sister being gone, like I said, my brother, like, we are all pretty much still close. We are the ones that if something goes on in our lives, we're there for each other. We might be in different directions right now, but when it comes to our lives and us being there for each other, we're there for each other in our own ways. But that's the thing where I said that I love my daughter, but I feel sorrowful at times. I feel saddened because I want my sister to be able to meet her. I want my brother to be able to meet her. I wanted my nephew to be able to see that he had a little teeny cousin that he could have adored. And when I sit down and I just think about how much they're missing out on, that's when I get sad. While she's a blessing to me, it's also a reminder of who won't get to meet this awesome little girl. And so that's why the title was just about being saddened, because your life is but a vapor. The Bible talks about it. It talks about how life is just, it comes and goes. And you have to really cherish the people who are in your life. Because, just being an older woman, being a new mom, I'm pretty sure that you all probably have, if you're blessed to still have all of your siblings in your life, if you're blessed for them to partake in your daughter and your son or whatever your child you had or that you're having, they're still there for them, that is a blessing. Count that a blessing, because if they were gone, the only thing you would have is memories. You would just have those memories. And when I sit down and hold my daughter, it's so many times I'll be saying, Lord, I really wish my sister could have met Lily. I really wish that it was times that I can hear her saying, what's she doing? Especially being a girl, the majority of, like I said, my nieces and nephews, 11 nephews. and then come 4 girls. All the girls came last. My brother, I mean, I didn't think we can even conceive girls. My brother, he is the oldest of the boys. He had twins, and I'm thinking one gonna be a girl, boys. I was like, boy, 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 boy. And then when my brother had a girl, it was like a miracle. Like, whoa, it's a girl in the family. And then after that, other girls started to come. So now there are a total of 4 girls, and then Lily makes 5. So this is a big blessing for my family. But it's just that my sister and brother will never get the opportunity to meet her or her oldest cousin, because he passed away, like I said, in 2016, which was my sister's son. So he will never get to, be big cousin, because he's gone. And so that's what I wanted to just kind of talk about, just of how that was something that saddens my heart. That's why I feel sorrowful, because my daughter, as amazing as she is, my sister and my brother and my nephew, they'll never know it. In my heart of hearts, I just wish that they could have spent this moment to get to see her, to get to meet her, because she is something. She's a big ball of fun, but that's just the sorrow. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for listening to me. And even if you have the same type of feelings I have, or your child is a blessing, but by you having your children later, when people's lives are so busy now, and you're busy being mom, and you just don't really have the time that you had when you were, younger, and you could just still just do a lot of different things, because times have changed, and we're trying to provide for our children and make sure they have the best, because you should be making sure your child has the best. But at the end of the day, it's just those moments that when it's just you have that quiet time, because you don't have too much because when they're awake, they're awake. They are on our hip. They are tugging at us. They want to eat. They want to do everything, but they keep us busy. But it's just those quiet moments when I get to reflect on the loss that I have experienced, and that the loss my daughter will never know about. But then she'll also lose out on meeting great people that could have impacted her life. So I just want to thank you all for just listening, to me, and subscribing to my channel, because there are so many things that I have on my heart to talk about. But I just want you all to stay tuned and, keep watching and listening to me. And please, put things in the comments, something that might be on your heart that we can kind of talk about. Leave me comments. I want to read them. I would love to read them. But anyway, you all have a great, great night, and I will talk to you again. Have a good one.